Alright, so we got a real low voltage one of these Philips packs. You can just see it's got different cells as the other one. This one's got green ones. It's only got about 5 volts in there, so we're going to really 150 milliamps would probably be nice and safe for the time being. We'll let that have a bit of a charge up and see how we go. Now, it is coming up in voltage already. I accidentally put it on straight away. It was at 2.5 amps on this little thing. I need more of these. I'm going to buy some more. That one come from GearBest, but I think you can get them at Banggood as well. If I find them, I'll put them in the link of this video description. They're awesome. You put 5 to 30 volts in and get 5 to 30 volts out. Or 0.5 to 30 volts out, sorry. So yeah, I've been finding it really handy for these kinds of things. Yeah, we'll let that go. Wait until it charges up and see what it says later. So I sourced it up to focus 1 amp, and then while I was sitting here, we're only up to 9 volts. But yeah, I sourced it up to 1 amp, and look what I find. The cell's actually rusted through the base, or corroded and rusted at the same time. So I may have to open these anyway. Let's turn the power off to him because he's actually venting electrolyte smell. So I may have to open these and look for water damaged cells, water moisture leaked cells. For some reason batteries always seem to sweat. I believe so maybe that's why the terminals in this are so well protected, because this is the bottom side of this one, for instance. But yeah, there's a straight up electrolyte leak. I don't think I've ever showed one of them. I have cut cells apart before and nearly blown my head off, which I do not recommend for obvious reasons. But yeah, once you've smelt the electrolyte smell, you'll struggle to forget it. Like, it's pretty. Oh, that one there too. So electrolyte is the thing that makes them really burn. That's what gets them real mobile, so don't make any sparks if you do see that kind of thing. I'm actually going to get a bucket for in here, a big plastic one filled with salt water, so I can dethermal these bastards if they actually start getting rowdy. Ice works as well, but obviously it's hard to keep a bucket full of ice, unless you live in America. North America and Canada would have no problem having a bucket full of water full of ice in their shed. But here it gets cold, but not quite that cold. So yeah, the water damage on the bottom of the cells has actually rusted through their casings and caused, it's stopped already now, and caused an electrolyte leak. So the other thing that does is creates an air gap somewhere around the cell, which can allow the cell to expand and contract. It expands and contracts the actual wrapping inside. I better pull one apart again to show you, but the actual wrap inside the cell where it's cylindrically wound, that can obviously move around in there because there's actually room. Once that can start to move around, I assume it's only a matter of time before the insulator in between the layers breaks down, degrades, falls apart. Once it does that, well, they'd be full of oxidization because they're open. Essentially, if there's a hole in it, it's coming in and out. Remember, we're at atmospheric pressure right now, which is like 100 kPa at sea level, so I pretty much live on sea level. So atmospheric pressure, or zero pressure, is still 100 kPa trying to get inside that cell. Especially with things that have got a solid outside wall. You know, if it can leak when it's charging, it can also suck in whatever, which is probably why it got decommissioned in the first place. A lot of them are for age, but obviously they're going to wear out as well. So yeah, not the end of the world. There's probably a few cells that are still good. I won't touch the electrolyte too much, but yeah, there's probably these three up here are probably still sweet. It is taking voltage, so it's not completely dead. But yeah, well that ends that low voltage battery kind of video. Now, Seems we've got an open sacrificial one here anyhow. You can see the resistors and the diodes on the board down there. So this is actually a BMS. BMS, it's a volt gauge. And these are almost guaranteed to be gold looking at them. They are way too clean and perfect. And hence medical industry. They probably actually are. So by no means a loss, we can't be upset. Yeah, that's what happens when you've got a sad one. We'll cut these cells out, see if we can't test a few and see if some of them are still sprightly. If they are, we'll put them in for individual cell testing. But yeah, that's cool to see. That shows you guys something new that you probably haven't seen, but that is, that's a cell leaking. I'm trying to describe what the electrolyte smells like. It's kind of like a solvent. Like a sweet alcohol kind of solvent smell. So yeah, if you smell that, start looking at your cell packs. The other thing is vibration and stuff like that could also be a big factor in actually wearing the bases of these. They've got a bit of dampening side to side, but nothing up and down. So whether that's a factor as well, I don't know. But these smash around in the back of ambulances and in portable defibrillators. I think they go in some of their monitoring equipment as well. I don't think it's only the defibrillators. Heart start. But yeah, I'll Google the model numbers and we'll see what we find another time. Yeah, that's a update for you. The more you know kind of thing. Thanks for watching. Cheers guys.